Welcome back to the Land Rover Toolbox videos. Okay, well let's be looking at changing some more filters. Right, air filters. Fairly straightforward to replace, and you'll be looking at replacing these at least once a year because they collect quite a lot of dust and you don't want that going in your engine. Any dust that gets into the engine cylinder will scratch the bores and you'll start burning oil, whereas a clogged filter will reduce the performance of your engine, so they need to be changed on a schedule. Before we get too deep into this tutorial, I'll just make you aware that some engines will have different filters to what the design of the motor is. This is down to conversions. Like on this 200 TDI we can see here, if you look behind me, it's actually the TD filter housing that's being used. So this is something to be aware of. You'll notice here what I'm unscrewing is the cap for the Discovery air filter housing, and this is different to the Defender. And again, here's another air filter which has a steel cap on it, which is the filter box end. This is also from a 200 TDI Discovery. Looks the same, not quite the same. So on our 300 TDI we have the filter which I've just taken out. It should have a part number stamped somewhere on the top. You'll see that. It should be legible if your air filter is in good condition. Now looking at this isn't too bad. It's dusty and it needs changing. Whereas this example is, well, it's clogged up and it should have been changed a while ago. The inside of the filter is clean, so the filter has been doing its job properly. So on the filter casing, undoing the screw. Now on this Defender one it has a top casing. You also have this bit here which you need to check to make sure it's clear. Now the filter housing itself, sometimes this is screwed on quite tightly, and because I'm left-handed I'm undoing it with my left hand. Okay, once it's off, this nut here, this wing nut, you'll find that there's a rubber washer underneath it. This will need changing. It comes with the kit, you can see that here. Okay, take that off and replace it. Air filter's drawn out. Checking with the new filter we have, it's exactly the same, and it's the same size, the same height and the same diameter. This is important. So on the top you'll have your rubber grommet. Don't forget to change it. Using a bit of light EP grease, the rubber seal that's on the other end, it can be greased. It's not vital that you do this. Generally I'll do this to seat the seal properly into the housing so it's not going to leak in any way. A little bit of grease on the rubber seal as well will help it come undone when you change the filter again. On the filter housing, if you have one like this, it will have a rubber O-ring, which is important, especially if you're going to weigh, to make sure that it's in good condition. Either way, it stops water and moisture getting in where you don't want it to. If you're the type of person who doesn't keep records, it's still worthwhile writing the mileage or the date on the air filter so you know when it was changed. Generally, an air filter will be changed once a year on a yearly service, or depending on what the work schedule says in your workshop manual. If you work in a dusty environment, the air filter will need to be checked and changed more often because you'll be sucking in more dust.